What's good, team? Right now, we're going to another gender discussion topic today. And today's discussion topic, I'm going to be going over Yu-Gi-Oh 6 and discussing potential game mechanics that we might see in the upcoming new Yu-Gi-Oh animated series and that we might see in the upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh card game because, let's face the fact, Yu-Gi-Oh has drawn the line when it comes to game mechanics and effects. So I drawn up my own personal list of things that I personally feel like we have a good chance of seeing in the upcoming anime. So without further ado, let's begin. Starting off by saying where the fuck I've been. I haven't uploaded a video since last week. And pretty much I've been sick, had food poisoning, which is really bad. Been going on job interviews, trying to find a better job. So I've been really busy. Sorry for not keeping the content consistent. I tried doing a video every day for the holiday season, but that just failed with the upcoming job interviews I had and food poisoning. But I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm back to bring you guys this video discussion topic. So now, like I was saying, Yu-Gi-Oh 6 is going to be released in April 2017, and there is a lot of speculation in the community on what the new mechanic is going to be. More than likely, it's going to be a new summon-based mechanic. But with that being said, what kind of summon-based mechanic is going to be? Now, this video is not going to be talking about only summon-based mechanics. I'm going to be talking about 4 different types of mechanics. And the mechanic I'm talking about is going to be, one of them is going to be a dual card mechanic, kind of similar to Pendulums, where it's going to potentially be 2 cards in one, similar to Magic the Gathering. Picture being on screen record, Magic the Gathering has certain cards in their card game that there's 2 cards on one card, which is pretty cool. There's going to be the Deck Masters mechanic, which is featured in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Virtual World arc that a lot of players are feeling might come back to the new Yu-Gi-Oh 6 anime. Then I had a new field spell mechanic, and this is going based off the image that was given to us at the announcement of Yu-Gi-Oh 6 with the virtual world. I personally feel like they might give us a new field spell mechanic, kind of similar to Pendulum, but it might be its own zone. There's always an option for that. And then we also have, last but not least, the new summon mechanic, and I personally think it might be a turn-based mechanic because that's something we have not seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, let's start off with the one that I'm kind of favoring the most right now, the turn-based mechanic. What is a turn-based mechanic? So if you guys that have played other card games like Versus System, Magic the Gathering, and Naruto CCG, a turn-based mechanic is pretty much something that when you summon a certain card, you gotta bring them out a certain turn. You can't just bring them out a turn 8 monster or a turn 1 or turn 0 and etc. So I personally feel like Yu-Gi-Oh 6 can introduce turn-based mechanics. It could be something cool introduced to the game and very unique to deck building. Like say for example, we had a turn 8 monster that was 8 stars, and it said this card can only be normal summon, cannot be normal summon in the set, can only be special summon when the turn is past turn 8 or higher. When this card is special summon, blow up all cards in the field, or etc. That's just a prime example of what a card of a high turn will be. Then you also have low turn cards that say turn 0 cards or turn 1 cards that say when you summon this card on turn 1 or higher or turn 0 or higher, draw a card and then summon a card from your hand to the graveyard. You know, simple effects. And coming from the Naruto CCG, that being an entirely turn-based game, turn-based mechanics is not that bad, and honestly it'd be something really interesting and unique to Yu-Gi-Oh because Yu-Gi-Oh has not seen something like that. Yeah, we have cards that said you have to wait X amount of turns to do certain effect. Great example of that is the Great Moth from back in the day. They say you had to wait to the 5th turn to bring it out, which was stupid. But with that being said, I don't think we can count out the turn-based summon because we already have something, a generic summon from the extra like Synchro Summon, and then XYZ Summon, which is another variant of Synchro Summon. Then we have Pendulum Summon, which gave us a new placement on the field. So we just have to have something like turn-based summon to add more variety and uniqueness to the game. Next, the mechanic I potentially think we can get in the upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh anime and actual card game is a new field spell mechanic. Pretty much probably something that's permanently going to be on the field once we start the duels. They might try to re-innovate the game. We actually start dueling, kind of similar to how the animes is where you're already in an area. And like how original season Yu-Gi-Oh season 1 is when they, let's say for example, they played in a desert and they got a desert effect with their monsters. Personally, I feel that would be very cool and very unique to the game as well. Kind of similar to how Magic the Gathering have their different formats when they have certain cards to give monsters certain effects. It'll be you'll have your field spell mechanic, you have your field spell area, then you'll have your different zone like super field spell. It's something to kind of spice it up. So we had the Pendulum Zone, which is pretty much another monster card zone, which was very unique in itself. So having a unique field spell S type of mechanic would be pretty cool. Let's say, for example, since they did change the effects of field spells to only target one player, which back in the day, if you guys played the original Yu-Gi-Oh, if you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh from the past 13 years on, you already know that field spells used to hit both players. Now field spells only hit the player that is activated on. So I can imagine this new field spell zone will take the place of what the old field spells would be, where you play it, it activates for both players, and they can kind of counteract to each other. It's something simple, it probably won't happen, but it's still a good idea worth talking about. Next up is a very popular idea in the community, and something that a lot of players are talking about. It's the Deckmaster-esque mechanic. Something introduced in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Virtual World. I'm going to go over what the Deckmaster arc was about really fast. So it says here on the wiki, in a Virtual World arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! 2nd Series Anime, each duelist chooses any card they would otherwise use in a duel, including cards from the extra deck. This is known as the Duelist Deckmaster. These Deckmasters are not classed as being on the field and stay face up next to the player until he decides to special summon it to his or her field. The Deckmaster effects are still active while not being played on the field. If this were to become a real world mechanic, it would be similar to an extra deck card. The differences being that the card is face up and can be used and played of itself. It doesn't require special summoning methods. It is, however, not kept in any known zone, but is apparently part of the game even when it's not summoned. This can be directly compared to Magic the Gathering's Commander playstyle, where you select a single commander that can be summoned like any other monster but resides separately from the main game itself due to having cards similar to states and other styles. The area was given an official name of the commander zone. The Deckmaster can be special summoned at any time during a duel. Each card has its own effect as a Deckmaster. If a player's Deckmaster is destroyed, he or she loses the duel. Now that's the big factor. If a player's Deckmaster is triggered by a card effect, special summon another monster or use a fusion monster or otherwise be immediately replaced by such a deal with a Dark Ruler, that monster that's special summoned next becomes a new Deckmaster. If most of the Deckmasters are tributed, use fusion materials, or has the ability to special summon a new monster upon being destroyed, the special summon monster is treated as a Deckmaster for all the player's original monster belong to. Now, with all that being said, guys, Deckmasters will be an interesting mechanic introduced in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, while this is a great idea, only reason that Konami probably won't introduce it into the game is because it's something it's a rehashed idea. Maybe Konami for Yu-Gi-Oh! 6 will give us a new type of rehashed version of Deckmaster, something slightly different, but for the most part, they probably won't give us Deckmasters just due to the fact that a lot of players don't like change. With that being said, hell, change has kept the game alive, in my personal opinion, for a long time. I will personally welcome Deckmaster, but at the same time, it'll be something kind of hard getting used to. My Deckmaster personally would be probably Darklaw. I mean, who doesn't fucking like Darklaw? And honestly, if this was a real thing, a lot of players probably have similar Deckmasters at YCS lists and etc. It can definitely revolutionize the way we play Yu-Gi-Oh! And the last idea, like I said, I had, guys, before I wrap up the video, was 2 cards in one, similar to Magic the Gathering, and it's simply just 2 cards in one. You have one card that says, you have one card that would be like an MST, and while it's not an MST, it can also be, let's say, a 7 Tools of the Bandit. And that'd be really cool and very unique to the game, because I honestly feel like it will solve our trap card problem in today's meta. Because the biggest thing with trap cards in today's meta is they are not powerful enough. So what's a way to make trap cards more powerful? You make them similar to spell cards. By making them similar to spell cards, you make them as like a 2 card in one. So you have one card to be an MST fused with a 7 Tool of the Bandit. You have another card fused, make another card be a Regeki fused with a Mirror Force. I mean, nothing that powerful, but something similar to that to keep our game rolling. So as a recap to this video, these are all just ideas I thought of myself. There's nothing guaranteed, so I don't want anybody thinking, hey, are these effects going to be guaranteed into the game? No, these are all just fan theories of mine that I hope we get into our game. More than likely, we're going to get a new summon, which is what we always get. The history of Yu-Gi-Oh's always showed us that the game is pushing different summons every day to keep it more rejuvenized, if that's even a thing. So last we had Pendulum Summon. At this point, all I can think of is we're gonna get is a turn-based summon, which is why at the beginning of the video I said more than likely we're gonna get a new summon, and my idea for a new summon would be a turn-based summon. So, with all that being said, guys, post your thoughts about what you think the new mechanic for Yu-Gi-Oh is gonna be in the comment section down below. And as I always tell you guys, if you're a new viewer to the channel, I would love for you to subscribe for more competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. I upload pretty much at this point anytime the fuck I want, but my main upload days are Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. And if you're a new viewer to the channel, I'd love for you to subscribe for more competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. So, this is Chris from Team of the Page, and I'm signing out. Peace, guys, and stay innovative. Deuces. And that is a lot of players bitching for no fucking reason. No reason. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this shit is because, like,